important part of the mission here at the Religious Freedom Center is to educate the public about the role of religion in public affairs at home and abroad. As a nonpartisan center committed to the principles of the First Amendment, we try to convene diverse voices from all sectors of society to engage in civil dialogue and, where possible, find common ground on public policies that serve the common good. And of course, we need look no further than daily headlines to know that in every region of the world today, religion matters. The question is not should the United States take religion seriously. Of course, clearly we must. The question is how? How should we engage religious communities and issues around the world in ways that are consistent with American values and ideals? Now, to help us answer that question, we are very privileged to have with us today the Honorable Madeleine Albright, who served, of course, as our nation's 64th Secretary of State, and who continues to be a leading voice in shaping American foreign policy. She wears many hats, or perhaps I should say many pins, and represented today the Doves of Peace, which I think is a good sign for our conversation for this topic, or maybe an optimistic sign. She's a diplomat, a professor, an author, as you know. And I have to say parenthetically that if she ever wants to give up these roles and have a new career, if you saw her on Parks and Recreation recently, I mean, she has a whole nother career waiting for her. She was just fabulous. And if you haven't seen it, look it up. You will be amazed. But in all of the roles in her career, I've noticed that she doesn't hesitate to address difficult issues about the intersection of religion and diplomacy with characteristic bluntness and unparalleled wisdom. History would be far different, she famously wrote, if we did not tend to hear God most clearly when we think he is telling us exactly what it is we want to hear. Joining Dr. Albright on the panel are three of the people currently charged by the President and the Secretary of State with the daunting task of making sense of religion and diplomacy at a time when religion, for better and for worse, plays a central role in world affairs. We will hear from Sean Casey, Special Representative for Religion and Global Affairs, Ira Foreman, who's Special Envoy to monitor and combat anti-Semitism, and Sharik Safar, Special Representative to Muslim communities. First, however, the current Secretary of State, the Honorable John Kerry, will set the stage for our discussion with welcoming remarks via video. So we'll hear from Secretary Kerry first.